to the Lord Jesus Christ. Always pointing people to the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, the Savior of the universe, Jesus the Christ. Talk to somebody today about the benefits of serving God, because there's no greater benefits than serving the living God. Amen? Well, guess what, America? Let's get into it. Last Sunday, you know what we saw? We had an opportunity to see the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. They beat the Rams, LA Rams. They beat them down, too. It was ugly, 37-20. The Philadelphia Eagles, they've been winning games. The Philadelphia Eagles been beating teams pretty bad. You know one thing about the Philadelphia Eagles I noticed? That they have an awesome running game. That they are running the ball with Barkley. Ever since they got Barkley, they're able to run the ball. Do you know he had 255 yards and 2 touchdowns this game? 255 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game. What in the world? You know, when you're watching this Eagles team and they're able to run the ball, they're being physical. They're going out on defense, causing big stops, big plays. This Eagles team have a chance to make a run in the NFC. This Eagles team has a chance to be contenders. They have an opportunity because when they got Barkley, all of a sudden it made them a balanced team. Defense playing well, good passing game. A.J. Brown had 106 yards and a touchdown. Come on now. That's balance on offense. A good special teams. Defense playing well. A balanced Philadelphia Eagles team is a dangerous team. A balanced Philadelphia Eagles team is a dangerous team in the NFC. Can they pull it off? Can they win the NFC? We're going to find out. We shall find out if they can or if they cannot. It's going to be a battle, though, because that Detroit Lions team, did you see Detroit Lions? That Detroit Lions team is tough, but the Philadelphia Eagles, they're right there with them. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're just as good as anybody right now. The Philadelphia Eagles with Barkley. Why did the Giants let Barkley go in the first place? Anybody explain that to the ref? Hey, Giants, why would you let Barkley go in the first place? Not only did you let him go, but you let him go to the Philadelphia Eagles in your division? Does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to you? The ref says, no, it doesn't. But I'll tell you one thing. Right now, the Eagles are flying high in Philadelphia. They might be the only team in Philadelphia flying high, but at least they got one team flying high in Philadelphia. It's Man the Rev here to bring you the truth. Also, last Sunday, the Rev had a chance to see his Dallas Cowboys. That's right. The Rev Dallas Cowboys fan. That's right. I don't know if you knew that or not. But the Rev is a Dallas Cowboys fan. And as a Dallas Cowboys fan, I watched the Cowboys play Washington last Sunday in a game that, you know, in the beginning was, it was okay. But then at the end of the game, I don't know what happened, but that game was the most entertaining game I've seen all year. I don't know what happened, but that game was so exciting. It got down to the end of the game, and all type of stuff happened. Blocked field goals, missed field goals, punt returns, kickoff return. You name it, they had it. It just, every 2 seconds, it just turned. The game just turned. One place, another place, another place. What is going on in America with America's team? I don't know, but the Rams like it. You know, you don't have to know everything to enjoy it. I don't know what they put in those chocolate candy bars, those Three Musketeers. They call it nougat. What's a nougat? I have no idea, but the Rams enjoy it. It's delicious. In that game with the Cowboys in Washington, I got to say it was delicious. I don't know why it happened, how it happened. I don't know the different reasons why they were making plays that they was making, but the Reds really enjoyed it. Did you see the punt return? Did you see the kickoff return? Did you see the long touchdown? That's the boy Turpin right there. His punt return, when he caught the ball, spun, and then just shot like a rocket. Then the Redskins, not the Redskins, Washington Commanders, with no seconds left on the clock. Just a long touchdown. I don't know, but the game was exciting. It was fun. It's what sports is all about. You never know what might happen. You never know how it turns out. But one thing you know is we enjoy it. And we enjoy it a lot. Just like Three Musketeers, candy bars, the nougat on the side. It's so delicious. Let's go on. Let's talk about, I was watching Minnesota. Minnesota and the Bears, which was an awesome game. It was 30-27, Minnesota. And Minnesota is one of the teams that I believe is contenders in the NFC. I believe Minnesota has a very good defense, and they have the offensive firepower to battle anybody. I believe the Minnesota Vikings are one of the top 5 teams in the NFC. The Minnesota Vikings, when they were playing Chicago Bears, I thought that game was 2 teams that are on the uptick. 2 teams that have a chance to be contenders in the NFC. You don't have to touch nothing over there. You 2 teams that have a chance to be contenders in the NFC. And that's why we got the video right there to show you that those 2 teams are playing good football. Good, hard football. You have to test nothing over there. They're playing good, hard football. And when you pull it up on the number 4, and when you see these two teams, play, these 2 teams are battling the whole way. And I like it. I like what's happening. I like these 2 teams, Minnesota and Chicago. They are playing well. Now let's go on. Let's look at Tennessee. Tennessee and Houston. You talking about another good game. 2 teams that they are finding their way. There are two young teams, 2 young talent teams. And I tell you, I thought Houston was going to win this game, but it was Tennessee Titans. Tennessee 32, Houston 27, in a hard-fought battle. 2 hard-hitting teams, two young teams that are still putting together their identity. But, this is what makes football good. This is what makes football exciting. Both teams had a chance to win at the end of the game, and Tennessee just came on top. I mean, I believe Tennessee, if they get a couple more pieces, especially on offense, they need a couple more pieces on offense. I think Tennessee could be contenders in the future if they can only get a couple more offensive pieces. Because right now they lacking weapons. They are lacking weapons on that offense, but they're still good. Let's go on. I thought Arizona, because a couple weeks prior, had found their footing as a good football team. I thought Arizona Cardinals was going to make a move. Murray was playing well. The Cardinals were playing well. And I thought they were going to beat Seattle. Well, Revs were wrong. Seattle, 16. Arizona, 6. In a major upset for the Revs. Seattle keeps hanging around. Geno Smith keeps leading that team to win after win. Last year they made the playoff. This year they in the playoff hunt. I don't know what's going on in Seattle. The Reds been to Seattle. Matter of fact, the Red White Dr. Pookie just came back from Seattle. All it does is rain. But they do win football games. Seattle beat Arizona. And Arizona, that's one of them up and down teams. I just don't understand. They have the talent to win. And they'll win one week. And next week, they just, I don't know. They 1 minute, they Dr. Jekyll. Next minute, they Mr. Hyde. You never know with them. That's called a 500 football team. That's the definition of a 500 football team, Arizona Cardinals. Let's go on. How about the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs? Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to play Carolina. Everybody predicts a blowout. And what happens? That's why we watch sports. That's why we're very entertained. Because you never know what happens. That's right, Kansas City didn't win the game. But they barely won the game, 30-27. It was close. It was nick and tuck. Kansas City never controlled that game fully. The Carolina Panthers kept battling back. That's why I said the Carolina Panthers, who had Bryce Young, looked like his play is improving. Bryce Young looked like he's proving why he should have been a first-round pick. Bryce Young had that Carolina team toe-to-toe with the Super Bowl champs. Blow for blow with the Super Bowl champs. And then, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City defense, pulled out in the end. But it was a tough battle. I mean, it was tough, difficult, hard. Why would it be so hard for the Super Bowl champ to beat the Carolina Panthers? Because it's football. And you never know what might happen. Just like life. You never know what might happen. You have to be prepared. It's better to stay ready than trying to get ready. Just like in life. Your finances, your health. It's better to work out now than have the doctor tell you, oh, you got to start working out. No. Work out now. It's better to live on a budget now than have the companies call you, talking about you owe money. It's better to stay ready than get ready. America, I encourage you to stay ready. Because you never know what might happen. You never know what might turn it around. I get very disappointed when I hear people say, well, I couldn't do it because, my finances don't. You never know what might turn your finances around. You just one opportunity from your breakthrough. One opportunity from living your best life. One decision away to living the life God has called you to live. Just be ready. Stay ready all the time. You know the Rev ready. The Rev stay ready. That's why the Rev got these muscles. The reason why the Rev got these muscles, because I stay ready. In America, it's time. Every time we look at a football game, never know what might happen. Apply it to life. Let's go on. I watched the Miami Dolphins beat New England. Just beat them bad. 34-15 was the score. The Patriots have no offense at all. I know May's playing good football to be a rookie, but they literally have no offense whatsoever. If they don't get that boy some weapons, they're just gonna tear him up. Don't waste a franchise quarterback not getting him the proper weapons that he needs. They don't have enough offense. In Miami, Miami have all the offense. Miami in there playing with speed on the outside, speed in the running back, speed as a quarterback. They just Miami like that. Tua can run, Hill can run, Waddle can run, A-Train can run. They got a team of speed. When Ray was young, there used to be a commercial. This is your brain on drugs. They tell you stay away from speed. Speed to kill you. That's right, Miami, that team, they got speed. It'll kill you. Just tear you up. Just wear you out. And that's what their team is so fast. If you can keep up with them, and it's hard to keep up with them, then you can beat them. But if you can't keep up with them, it's going to be like this game last Sunday. 34-15. Just a blowout. Just not even close. The score ain't close, and the game wasn't even close. It was even worse. I'm telling you, Miami, with that speed, see, the problem with Miami is they're in the AFC East. And they play all the teams in cold weather. So when the weather's cold, that affects your speed. When the weather's cold, that affects your muscles. Your muscles contract. That's why the Reds don't like the cold weather. Because your muscles contract. I got all these muscles, and my muscles contract. And then that's the problem with Miami. They in a division where their speed, when they get on the road in the last part of the season, is difficult. But if you get them in Miami, if you get them where it's warm and nice at, they're going to tear you up. They're going to wear you out. Miami needs home field advantage to be a contender. I don't think they're contenders because, like I said, when you go to that cold weather, their best weapons, they're nullified because of the cold weather. But if Miami ever gets home field advantage, look out for the Dolphins. Look out for the Miami Dolphins. The Reds love Florida. Yeah, that's right. So this shout out to Miami. If you want to hire the Rev ain't got no problem with it. Speaking of Miami and the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, probably the best wide receiver in football. Tyreek Hill. Early in the season, he got pulled over by the police. And we got to show a video. He gets pulled over for driving. They pull him out the car, handcuffed him, rough him up a little bit. And this is just something I want Americans to think about. You know what happens in this case? This case just ended. The police officer didn't show up. So what happened was you pulled Tyreek Hill out the car, roughed him up a little bit, handcuffed him, and then you didn't show up to the court case. We're seeing this too often in America. It's a little concerning. If someone is speeding, if the Rev was speeding, the Rev doesn't speed. If the Rev was speeding and the cops pulled the Rev over and the cop said you were speeding and you want to give the Rev a ticket, you don't need a Rev to get out the car. Why do you need a Rev to get out the car to give the Rev a speeding ticket? There's no need For you to pull somebody out the car, tell somebody to get out the car. If they were speeding, give them a ticket. They'll go to court. They'll pay the fine. They'll fight the case or whatever. But the only thing that happens when you pulling people out the car is what we've seen. And what we've seen has been horrible. We've seen people get roughed up, harmed, and yes, we've seen people die. Unacceptable. I want to talk to America right now. I want to talk to all the police officers in America. If it's only a speeding violation, if it's only a traffic situation, citation, hey, write a ticket. Write the ticket, and everybody goes home safely. There's no need to be pulling people out of cars. There's no need to tell people get out the car. You should not be ego tripping. Don't abuse your authority. Just write a ticket. And you know, I don't advise people. Just have somebody on the phone with you. Start your video camera. Because what I saw with Tyreek Hill, the police, he was speeding. Okay, so why are you pulling him out the car, roughing him up, and then handcuffing him, have him sit there, and then when it comes time to go to court, the police officer doesn't show up? That's very telling when an officer doesn't show up to court. It says something. It says something very loud. You know what it says, right? That was unnecessary, unfortunate, unacceptable. It's time as American citizens that we stand up and say, hey, we need to correct some things. We need to get some things right. We have a system that obviously is a little lopsided. And we got to make corrections to it. There's nothing wrong with making corrections. Not only in systems in your government, not only in systems when in your corporations, but also in life. Make the proper adjustments. Sometimes you're just doing things wrong. Sometimes you're doing things in the wrong time, with the wrong attitude. But if you make the proper adjustments, I'm telling you, everything will work out right. You have a God, our Father, who art in heaven, who loves you. If you just try your best and do your best, He's going to give you His best. That's what God is. God is the best. And sometimes we just got to have that reminder that we want to do things the right way. We want to be people of integrity, people of character. And if you're a police officer, please just do your job. Be safe doing your job, but don't abuse your authority. Why would you pull that man out the car, handcuffing that man, and then don't even show up to court? The Rev know why, and you know why. Now what we got to do is change the why. Let's do better. Let's be better. And we're going to get better. It's your main man, the Rev, here to bring you the truth. Well, America, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back. You don't want to miss what's going to happen. You don't want to miss these next two stories, because it is the things that we were waiting to see. America, we'll be right back.
Somebody on 4.
So, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
Mm-hmm. For 4 minutes.